This right there, like that right there, like this. Slap it together and scoop, 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 swoop, swoop, swoop. What's up, YouTube, man? Haven't seen y'all in a while, but today we have a different type of video. It's gonna be a hair video, as you can tell by the title. So today what we're gonna be doing is learning how to part and style and twist our hair. Let's go ahead and get into the products we're gonna need for today's video. So for the first thing I like to use for the leave-in conditioner, I like using this Curls Unleashed with the black lady on it. That's how you know it's real. For the next thing, I don't really use this one too often. I've used it twice so far and I like it. It's the TGIN Thank God It's Natural Twist and Define Cream. Now when I tell you this one do a little something to your hair, y'all gonna see how it turn out. It's gonna be really nice. It's gonna be shiny, glimmery, and solid. Now for the oil, I like to use Jamaican black castor oil. Since it's a little thick, I do mix it with the leave-in conditioner and I rub it out together. You're gonna see later on in the video, of course. But I use a Jamaican black castor oil. I prefer this one over any other oils because it's nice. You also need a spray bottle just to wet your hair a little bit. You don't need to soak it, just spray it up just, so it's not too dry. Some bands, you're gonna use hair bands and rubber bands, but you don't have to use rubber bands, but it looks a lot better when you use rubber bands. I know a lot of people don't like to use it because it pulls your hair and all that kind of stuff, but I use them in a way where it's not straining too much on your hair. And when you take them out, I'll show you like a way where you can just cut them out and, not mess up your hair at the same time. So rubber bands and hair bands. And lastly, you need a parting comb and a thick comb. So the parting comb is, of course, for parting, and the thick combs for combing out your hair. But I'm gonna show you all the process. We don't really just go straight to the dome with the thick comb. So the first thing you want to have, of course, is a freshly washed head. I like to use a silk shirt to dry my hair, preferably because, your do-rag is made of silk. So why not use the same type of material that protects your hair when you sleep at night, right? Exactly. So I use a silk shirt. Don't leave your shirt with lint in it because I kind of did that and it's stupid. So my hair is, it kind of did a reverse effect where my hair kind of dusty again. But, you get the gist. Go ahead and use a silk shirt. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and part your head right down the middle, and you're going to take one side and put it in a band. You're not going to double knot the band. You're going to put in a loose band just to hold it off to the one side. If you look closely, something's telling me I might need Bosley in the future, nigga. God don't like me too, but he's trying to take away my hair. But it's okay, man. Buy little things. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. Next, take the other side, part that in half, and put half of it in a band, loose band, and take that back half and part that half again. Now this is where you start the finger detangling process. So, when you get the comb out, it's not gonna hurt you out too much. So you're gonna gotta get yourself a little bit of leave-in conditioner, put it in there just to moisten it and loosen the grip on the knots. And you're gonna finger detangle it first before you apply the comb, so you don't rip your hair out. Ripping your hair out with the comb, you hear all that and all the hair strands popping. You don't want that, man. So go ahead and finger detangle it first with your fingers, and then we're gonna get the comb out. So by this time, when you about to get the comb out, it should be pretty much done. Like you should have a lot of all the big knots out. So when you put the comb through, you shouldn't have to yank it out too much, and you shouldn't have to rip your hair out. You should have no hair falling on your head almost. So that's pretty much the process of the finger detangle then comb. So finger detangle then comb, and then just do this around your head. So remember the process is leave-in conditioner, finger detangle, and then you're gonna use a comb. And then after you're done finger detangling and combing out the second section where you parted it from the back section, you're gonna put both of these sections together, comb it out one more time, and then that's when you apply your Jamaican black castor oil with your leave-in conditioner, and then you're actually done that back section. So you're gonna have 4 sections at the end of this. So now you got 4 sections on your head, and we're gonna learn the part. Now this is how I learned the part, man. Listen, what I tell you is not as hard as people make it. It's not hard, bro. I thought for a year I was like, how do you niggas part? But this is how you part. You take the 4 bands out. You go ahead and put your hair off into 2 sections. Now you have 2 bands on each side. After that, you just want to part it. It's loose bands, so you're not pulling your hair out the bands. It is very loose bands. And then you part down the middle, bring it up, and pull it off to the side, and then reband it just to make sure that the hair stays in with the part. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It makes a lot of sense. It's really simple. It's not that complicated. I thought it was harder than this, but it's not. Look at that. Just like that. Mad simple. Take it out, pull up the part. What are you gonna do? Reband it. Would you take out the part, put the hair back in the part, and if you keep seeing my head go over like that, I'm looking in the side mirror. I'm not really retarded. I'm just looking in the side mirror. And then for the back, it's not as easy, but it's not as hard either. You just do exactly the same thing, but you got to put the mirror down every 4 seconds to grab the hair now that you found. You see what I'm saying? You see how I did that? Same thing, man. Just reband it. And then you're gonna do the same thing over and over until you got your part straight enough to where you like it. Now, when it comes to making the parts for the boxes, a lot of people like to do it a lot of different ways, but I like to do it this way because it's the easiest. Now, if you have a side mirror where your medicine cabinet is, that'll be a lot easier to do this part, but basically, turn your head over so you can see the mirror, and you're gonna part your hair in half. You're not gonna do it, evenly or anything. You're just gonna part it with 2 hands in half at first, and then once you have those both separated in a band, you're gonna do the same method that you're doing for the middle part. So pull your hair apart. Now you have 3 sections, and then on the side where you're parting it, you're gonna part that with the comb and use the same band method where you keep parting it and putting it back in the band. Really, really simple. You're gonna do that for the first part. So now you're on to making the next part. So you're gonna take that first part you did in the front and you're gonna separate that in half. It's not gonna be a perfect half at first, but that's when you're gonna get your parting comb, and then that's when you're gonna do the same band method. You're gonna part it, put the part that you just parted inside the band, and then just keep doing it until you get a perfect part. So it's really, really simple like this, man. This is the best way to start it. And the best way to start learning how to part your hair is by doing a little band method. It's really, really simple. So I'm pausing right here because I wanted to show you guys I kind of messed up. I parted the part that you saw that was in the middle. I parted that in half, but then I did something kind of stupid and combined the 2 parts that I originally did right here. I combined both of those, so now it's done. But I'm gonna go back to putting this in half, and then I'm actually gonna cut this right here in half, and then you're gonna see that it's more so like it's a rectangle here, and there's going to be a small section square here, and there's going to be a square and a square. So it looks kind of stupid right now. I made a mistake on this part, but basically you want to part like a rectangle here and a section here. Now at this point, you get your rubber band, and you don't want your hair dragging on a rubber band. As you can see, as I put it in, I'm like pulling my hair through without it touching the rubber band and dragging on it. So protect your hair at all costs, basically what I'm saying. Once you get that, you're gonna go ahead and pull the rubber band a little bit closer to your head, not too tight, because you don't want your hair getting pulled. And you're gonna get your twist in the fine cream and put it in there and start working it all the way through. Now, go ahead and do your natural twists, and once you're done, it's gonna look fuego, man. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. What? See? Bam, just like that, fuego. Look at that, fuego. It's nice, it look good. It's kind of curled up and acting stupid, but it looks good. You get the gist. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. All right, so at this point, part becomes pretty easy. Once you have your first couple of lines, you can just go ahead and follow the lines all the way through to the end, honestly, and then you'll be able to complete half your head.
So the hair looking A1, okay, you feel me? I'm sorry about the loud noise. We're going back to the we're gonna go back to the voiceover in a minute, but basically, you do exactly what you did to one side, you do it to the other. It ain't hard. It ain't rocket science. You just do what you did from this side over to this side. So I ain't even really going to show you the whole process, because you should know how to do that. I mean, it's even easier because you basically just go like this. You look at the part, and then you just put the comb exactly where the part is. Scoop, take it up. Look at this side. See how big it is? Try to mimic it over here. Scoop, take it up. Easy, you feel me? Very easy. So basically, that's it for this video. I said we was gonna go back to the voiceover, but there's obviously no more reason for that, because I said that's it for this video. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. And this is the finished product, my niggas. This is how it is, man. This is the finished product.